Ooh, let's talk, because a relationship with no communication is dead. Because communication is the oxygen for the relationship to breathe. Now, I just want to say this. If we say that we know how to communicate, right? We are supposed to display that at all times. You know what I'm saying? Even when we get offended. Because being offended is a choice. Especially by a person that don't know you. Because you can't make nobody know you. A person gonna base their beliefs about you based off their own life experiences and how they view life and how life has treated them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let people take you out of character if you know how to be in character. You should always stay in character. But because we be in our feelings, we don't display the communication that we say we know how to do. We get mad at the other person. Oh, he don't understand. He don't know how to communicate. Okay, well, if he don't know how to communicate, then you should display all the time that you know how to communicate. Because if you reacting out of character, going overboard, cussing and fussing just because he is not communicating correctly, he is not understanding you, then you don't know how to communicate. Because that is not how you communicate when you see a person, when you get involved with a person, that doesn't understand you. You got to make sure you know what you're talking about. Because y'all be trying to force people to understand you, and it make you crazy. Because you're trying to figure out why this person don't understand you. Why this person not communicating how you feel they should be communicating with you. And just because you feel they not communicating with you the right way, you stop communicating and start reacting. So you just like him. And this go for men and women. I just don't be understanding sometimes. It's like, if a person lack communicating skills and you say you got communication skills, your communication skills should be role model in front of him. That's the only way he gonna learn. If you reacting like he reacting, he making you react and communicate just like him. You ain't no better than him. She ain't no better than you. Boy, come on, man. We got to start looking at ourselves closer, because I had to learn too, okay? It ain't about how I feel. If I know how to communicate, I'm going to always display that I know how to communicate with someone. If I feel like somebody is not understanding, I'm not going to add fire to fire. We're going to have to come down here and try to figure it out. But if the other person chooses not to, then I'm going to have to be okay. If the other person just continue to say, it's me, I'll be like, okay, I can't change your mind. It's hard enough for me to change my mind sometimes. It's hard enough for us to change ourselves. We'll run ourselves crazy trying to change somebody else because they don't understand you. And when you let them do this, that means you don't understand you. You don't understand why you always feel like you got to put a person in their place and force a person to accept accountability instead of you just doing what you got to do and not depending on the person. We're not forcing. We're not thinking that you gonna do whatever to destroy them to make them take their responsibility. You can't force nobody to take responsibility. Okay? They gotta want to do that. They gotta want to grow. But you gonna stunt your growth trying to force them to grow. Nah, that's like weeds. Weeds intertwined in the garden. You're dead. You get complacent when you do that. And you don't grow. gonna always wonder why something didn't work. You're gonna always try to figure out. You're gonna run yourself crazy. Living in the fantasy world. Drunk off your emotions. Making stupid choices. Not learning. And then you be complacent because you be in a victimized state of mind. Because you'll be like blaming the other person. This is why I didn't do this. This is why I can't do this. If he would just listen to this. If he would just, no, you do it. Don't put your life on hold because somebody else not playing their role in their position that they chose. You got to remember you chose that same position. So if that position, that person in that position, it don't work for y'all, don't hold no grudge. You got to heal and move on. And learn. 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 What did I get out of that relationship? What did it do to me? What is the 7 steps of grieving? You know what I'm saying? Because if you've been communicating like that, you have not been communicating in a healthy way. You've been just putting up with some stuff. By choice, not by force. Because you want to take the easy way. Everybody want the easy route, but that ain't always the good route. That ain't never the good route. Growing is a process, but you got to want it. You got to want that for yourself. And the only way you will get it if you just focus on yourself. Be aware of your behavior so you know it wasn't you. You know what I'm saying? If you got a good connection with God, when you do something wrong, that'll convict your heart. You'll know because you'll have a relationship with God. This is why y'all need to be focusing in chasing God. Because He going to always make you aware of you before you go pointing the finger. Because we don't blame. We take accountability. Okay? And know that we want to grow in life. And whatever situation that we get in life, we're going to believe in God. We're going to believe in our faith. Our faith is going to get us through. Because if you have a relationship with God, you will know that God will never leave you nor forsake you. So when you go through trials and tribulations, you should know they did not come to break me. Okay? You should not blame God by the measure of the pain that your experience in life brought you. Because in pain, there's growth. In pain, there's a lesson. In pain, there's a healing. I'm telling you something good now. Your faith and your love for God. You got to know that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Seek to understand people, not judge people. Understand human behavior. There's a reason. Don't use your imagination trying to come. Don't use your imagination against you. Trying to create in there how people should be. Meanwhile, they showing you how they are. And you still don't believe them. You get where I'm going with this? Take accountability for who you choose to have in your life. What you do with your energy. What you do with your time. What you spend your time doing. If you want to be great, I need to learn the steps on how to be great. If I don't want to make the same mistakes, I need to change my way of thinking through new information so I can display some new actions. That's the only way I'ma know I learned by change behavior. But we be too focused trying to make somebody else learn, trying to make somebody else change. But we don't change. Look at yourself. Look at the relationships that you created in your life. Look at the main common denominator. And always try to be better. Always check yourself. And always be a student and a teacher. You can't be just walking around here like you a teacher and you ain't no student. So you gotta always continue to learn. You can't just walk around here trying to be a teacher and not a student. Because if you was a teacher, you would know that teachers need to continue to learn in order to continue to teach. So they are a student and a teacher. So the only way you'll learn, or help a person learn, is if you reflect what you're trying to get them to learn. If you are not reflecting that, and you are reflecting the same behavior that they are displaying, you are just like them. Do it make sense? If not, I can go deeper. Or I can come up. Or I can go back down. Just let me know. Message.